Welcome to the lounge, everyone. My name is Toby Roydell, and today we will talk about why plastic surgery is so horrible and that we need to be more proud of ourselves again. I saw something not long ago and I was so disgusted by it, I had to make a video about it. And this is what we're gonna do today. I'm really disgusted by plastic surgery just for the sake of being more beautiful. Some people might think that solves something or leads to something. I am not convinced. I mean, how much must go wrong that young women and young girls think that they have to do this? And it is a really female issue. When I look at the statistics, you immediately find out that about 87% of all plastic surgeries, like cosmetic plastic surgeries, are undergone by women. So this is a female topic, a mainly female topic. Of course, there are many men who do it as well for different reasons and on different places on their body, of course, and the numbers are rising, but it's not that big of a deal, of course. To give you a perspective, 12% of all plastic surgeries are breast enlargements, fake titties, and 12% means every year in every country. In Germany, for example, this means 70,000 pairs of fake titties every year. And as I said, that's only 12% out of all the plastic surgeries that take place. So we're talking about hundreds of thousands of plastic surgeries every single year for over a decade now, like for quite some time now. And the tendency only goes upwards. And I think this is really, really horrible. America, of course, has taken it further again. Of course, there are many, many weird and insane examples. Let me just give you one. There is a doctor who calls himself Dr. Miami. And he's a plastic surgeon, of course. And during COVID, when patients couldn't come to his practice to get their surgeries done, he came up with the amazing idea of a drive-through Botox. You would go there by car, in a drive-through, you would just pull down your window, he would come over to you, put some 20 needles of Botox in your face. Of course the skin can't handle, like the whole face can't handle it, so it begins to bleed all over your face. And then the people are happy because they are more beautiful now, I guess. And I think, is no one recognizing that this is absolutely disgusting and ridiculous? And of course, this man makes millions of dollars with it every single year. So you may form your own opinion about this. I already have mine. I just sometimes wonder, where has the other side gone? Where are those people who dare to say, I like my body? I like it the way it is, and it is the way it is. I only have one, so I will take care of it. Like, think about it. When was the last time when somebody actually said that? Like, I haven't heard it in like forever. And when I recently heard someone say it, like, and meant it, it almost brought a tear to my eye. Realizing that there still are people who really feel this way and think this way, in this natural way, in a good way. And I think we need way more of this thing that body positivity could and should have been, but just miserably failed. So this is a new attempt, another attempt of many, to set the focus back where it belongs. Now, one more word to plastic surgery. I divide into, a logical division into two spectrums of plastic surgery makes sense. Number one, there is medical plastic surgery. The main reason behind that is that you have a medical condition that hinders you, that limits you severely, so you get something done to live a better life again, basically. And I'm really glad that we have this possibility and that opportunity. When you look on the pages of many serious medical institutes, they always state, when it comes to what is paid by the medical institute or what does the hospital pay, whatever, it clearly states if you have a severe, a problem that hinders your everyday life, so you cannot live your life the way it's supposed to be, then this form is medically supported. So when you can't breathe through your nose for years and you have trouble breathing properly, and the solution is to get your nose straightened again, something like that. I'm not a doctor. So then that's perfectly fine in my opinion. And then we have number 2. Some guy thinks that his abs are too small and his arms are too small and he pumps something in there. Or a girl who thinks that her breasts are too small and she pumps something in there. That's disgusting. But of course I have easy talking here, right? I don't have an issue with small breasts or anything. Well, as a guy you can get some sick abs and great muscles this way as well. And I do not support this either. By no means. I am not a buff guy. I probably will never be a buff guy, and that's okay. That's okay. I have my priorities somewhere else, and I'm happy about it. When someone feels that he or she needs plastic surgery to feel beautiful again, to be recognized or to be acknowledged as the person that they want to be, I think there's a bigger problem behind that. Then we have bigger issues than slapping a few $1,000, dollars, or whatever into a doctor's face and solving it for you. I do not believe that these problems can be solved with Botox. I can't even understand how people draw such a conclusion because it makes zero sense. Like, not at all. Like, any person who might have a second thought about it must come to the conclusion that that makes no sense at all. But I can tell you, those people are most of the time the same people who say, I don't care about what other people think about me. I'm just myself. I don't care what other people say because I just do it for myself. And the thing is, I don't buy that shit. I don't buy that shit at all. Ah, right. You do it for yourself. Of course. Weren't you the same person who posts pictures of yourself on Instagram? On a public profile? Like with holiday pictures where everybody can see like 95% of your naked skin? Yeah, right. I see. Sure, darling, sure. Just a snapshot. You know, because I really don't care what other... Oh, this is tennis, by the way. This is one of tennis, by the way. No, really, I don't care what other people think about me. Like me? No. What should I care? Like oh, this was salsa, I guess, like some dancing salsa and disco fox, I guess, or waltz. Man, good old times. No, but you know, I'm not that kind of person who cares about that. And the other ones, I didn't bother to bring them anyway. So what do I care? Let me ask you something. Would you dress in a really weird and funky way, go onto the bus, turn up your music and just begin dancing or singing while there are dozens of people around? Would you? I wouldn't. And if you wouldn't either, then there seems to be something you cared about. And don't tell me, no, nobody would do that. I know someone who would do that. So it's just on you. And anytime you say, this is not possible, you can't do that, this is like awkward or something. Yeah, because you make it awkward, or it feels awkward for you. But no one actually stops you. And many people, and you know that, would admire you for doing that because they would love to do this as well, but they just don't dare to. So it's just on you. You can be as crazy as you like. People might look. Okay. Some people might think you're crazy. So what? And all this talk, always wraps around and ends up in the same place. I know. In the end, it's all about who dares to be individual and who doesn't dare to be individual. And it's about mainstream trends and all this stuff. We hear this every few months, every few years, everybody knows about it. But nothing changes. That's not quite true. Many people dare to do something else, dare to feel something else, and meet up in their groups and their communities to do something else. So it's actually the thing if you want to miss that. If you want to miss out on so many people that already do not care for those many mega trends and hypes anymore. Because they actually realized that this has nothing to do with individuality. If there's a new trend and you're the first one to do it, then that makes you kind of individual, but then hundreds of thousands of people copy it. Who's the individual then? Then some might say, but I need to be on Instagram for 4 hours a day. Where else should I get my inspiration from for my projects, for my art, for my whatever? And I don't know where this whole thing comes from because I don't need it. The only thing that I need for inspiration is having the people that I love around me and an environment that supports this kind of stuff. Like a positive, happy environment. And with environment, I literally mean environment sometimes. Go out into the woods. Breathe the fresh air. Get some inspiration from completely different places where you feel the inspiration, where you have new ideas, where you are alone with your thoughts. Not the whole Pinterest input and Instagram input and look at what all those people have achieved and I have achieved nothing and how could I ever be as good as they are. Don't get far with that thought. So what I'm trying to say is, if someone lacks inspiration, it might just be because they have the wrong source. And probably one platform is not the source for everyone. It's pretty obvious actually. And I'm really proud of so many people at my age or little bit younger than I am who abandoned social media almost completely, just like I did. Like I watch videos on YouTube. I spend 10 minutes on Instagram per week and I use WhatsApp. That's it. I mean, of course, you post a few things on Twitter or have a Snapchat account, who cares? That doesn't do any harm. Oh, and I forgot to say something about this. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't feel like I'm missing a bit at all. In danger of making a stupid comparison right now? Nah, I do this. I still do it. Like Leonardo da Vinci didn't have Instagram inspiration as well. And he created one of the most important and influential works of arts in our whole history. That's not something. Just as I mentioned before with woods and forests and fresh air and stuff, especially with all forms of arts or music or whatever you want to do, go outside. There's so much inspiration when you just go outside, meet people, talk to people, whatever you want to do. And I'm personally really, really glad that I had the chance to take my best friend into a random forest and we just gathered some wood and built a hut, which in our country is illegal, but we didn't care. We just did it and had a lot of fun, and I have so many fond memories about this time. And when I hear or get the feeling that so many young people today have no clue what this feeling actually means or have never done something like that, that makes me really sad. Or are not allowed to because their parents are so protective or anything like that. That makes me really sad because I'm really glad I could do that. And this is where the circle is closed again with the individuality. Doing things that no one else has done, experience something that no one else could have done. And this is not done by having an amazing holiday on a Caribbean island or on the Maldives or something like that and posting pictures of Instagram to make everyone jealous of what great holiday you have. Everybody can do it and more people than ever can afford it. So this is not a barrier anymore as well. What makes this special? Of course, you can make that time special for yourself. No doubt in my mind. But you don't need to go that far even. You can have an incredible time and experience that shapes you and forms you the way you are by not spending a single dollar or a single euro or anything at all. And no, if you don't feel like it, you don't have to go to party every weekend because everybody else is going. I mean, if you want to raise your chances of being unhappy and feeling out of place, go for it. That's your best chance to achieve exactly that. If it's not your cup of tea, don't force yourself to. A few years, months, days, or even minutes later, you can be proud of yourself to not just have done something that you didn't want to do in the first place. If you want to go to party every weekend, hey, go for it. And while you figure out why you feel so out of place, I'll be over there, on a children's playground, on a swing, at midnight, and having fun there while you figure out what trendy new clothes to wear or what you should do with your body or ruin it by plastic surgery. But Toby, I already earned some money with my Instagram. I wear necklaces for a company who pays me for doing that, and I get recognized on the street and people talk to me because they are my fans. Yeah, I just wish that those people, at least once in their life, realize what true happiness means. Because if that is your perspective on happiness and life goals, sort of, man, then that's really sad. And just as an addition, so I feel like only if you've never really felt happiness in some way or form, you could even say such a thing. You wouldn't if you had. This whole thing, as you could tell, makes me really mad, and I really feel this topic. And I can just say, dare to be natural. There are girls and boys out there who like it no other way. Who likes every one of you just the way you are, with all your flaws. Because even your flaws make you individual and special and unique. And there are so many people that I know that I wouldn't change a thing about, even though by some other person's standard, they are far from perfect. Yeah, but what do I care about somebody else's standards and perception of perfection? I don't. And I believe that there are many, many people out there who love more girls and more boys who are natural and dare to say so. My name is Toby Roydell, and I will see you again next time here in my lounge.